يشاقق الرسول من بعد ما تبين له الهدى ويتبع غير سبيل المؤمنين نوله ما تولى ونصله جهنم وساءت مصيرا.
الله وسلامه على نبينا الأمين وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. Ikhwan, if a person was to come to the Quran, he will find that the Quran, being the Kalam of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is a book that is a perfect book for what's known in Arabic as the Tahdhib al-Nufus. If you wanted to get yourself together, you read the Quran and you can get your nafs in control, and it will kind of like take care of you becoming a pious person. With the stories in the Quran of people like the Prophet Ayub and other people of the Quran, you say, okay, if this happens to that person, then I can get myself together. You'll find in the Quran the science of sociology, the science of psychology, the science of the art of war. The Quran is all of that. Another thing that the Quran is, Ikhwan, is that it is a historical book. It establishes for us the chronological things, the chronological order of how things took place. And that's why Al-Imam Ibn Kathir, rahimahullah ta'ala, he was able to write a book in which he called it Al-Bidayah wa Nihaya, the beginning and the end. It's a book of everything that has taken place and that will take place from prior to the time that Adam was created, alayhi salam, until when the believers go into paradise and the kuffar go into the Jannah. And he gives you the whole chronologically how things are going to unfold. So in that light, that the Quran is a historical book, I want to pose a question. But when I put the question out there, inshallah, we want intelligent answers based on what you know and not guesswork. Because when you give the answer, we want to say, how did you come to that conclusion? How did you deduce that? Through the process of elimination and deduction, you can come to the conclusion. The first question is, very quickly, if one of us was to be asked, who came first? Musa, Yusuf, alayhi salatu wasalam. What would be the answer, Juraj? Musa. What's the proof that Musa came before Yusuf? Anybody want to help the brother? Naam. Naam. Yusuf came first because Yusuf was the son of Yaqub, and the other name for Yaqub is Israel. So whenever you hear Bani Israel, it's like saying Bani Yaqub, the sons of Yaqub. He had 12 sons. Yusuf and Benjamin were two of his sons. So Yusuf came way before Musa. Way before Musa. Yusuf was one of the originals. Alright, we want to make it a little more tricky, and we want to connect it to what was said yesterday. If you were asked who came first, Sulaiman or Musa, what would we say? Now, he said Musa came before Sulaiman. What's your name, Akhi? I said Allah. How do you know that Musa came before Sulaiman? You're close, Akhi, but that's not conclusive. Everything that you said is true, but it doesn't give one a clear picture chronologically. All of what you said is true. Where is the point or the thread that shows us that Musa came before Dawood or Sulaiman? You're on the right track, though. Now, that's a good point. But even clearer than that, because all of what you're saying is true. But if you look at the Quran itself in Surah al-Baqarah, in ayat number 100 or 246, Allah Ta'ala establishes who came first by saying, أَلَمْ تَرَ إِلَى الْمَلِئِ مِنْ بَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ مِنْ بَعْدِ مُوسَى إِذْ قَالُوا لِنَبِيٍّ لَهُمْ إِبْعَثْ نُقَاتِلْ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. Have you not seen a group of people from Bani Israel who came after Musa when they said to their prophet at that time was Samuel, they said to their prophet, raise up for us a king so that we can fight fi sabilillah? He wanted them to ask them, it may be that if fighting is prescribed for you, you won't fight. They say, how are we not going to fight when we've been turned out of our homes and all that? The ayahs go on to say, قال لهم نبيهم إن الله قد بعث لكم طالوت ملكا. Their prophet said to them, verily Allah has raised for you a king, and his name is Talut. Talut is who in English? Now, Saul. These are two names you should remember. Saul is Talut. Alright, so now the ayat establishes that Talut came after Musa, because the ayat said that. Have you not seen the people who came after Bani Israel when they said to their prophet, Samuel, raise up for us a king, we fight fi sabilillah? The prophet went on to say, let's raise for you Talut, Saul, to be the king. If you continue to read the story at the bottom of that page, Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala said, وَقَالَ لَهُمْ نَبِيُّهُمْ إِنَّ آيَةَ مُلْكِهِ أَنْ يَأْتِيَكُمُ التَّابُوتُ فِيهِ سَكِينَةٌ مِّن رَبِّكُمْ وَبَقِيَّةٌ مِّمَّا تَرَكَ آلُ مُوسَى وَآلُ هَارُونَ. Their king said to them, the sign of his kingdom, the proof that I'm on the haqq is, it's going to come to you, Bani Israel, back to you, the covenant of the ark that was from the relics that was left by the people of Musa and the people of Harun. But there's a clearer proof, ikhwan, than that, and that's on the other page. And that's Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala told us when the forces met, قَتَلَ دَاوُودَ جَالُوتَ. When the forces met the forces of the kuffar, Dawood slew Goliath. So Dawood is the father of Sulaiman, and the ayahs prior to that established that these people came after Musa. So clearly Sulaiman came after Musa. We wanted to ask that question, ikhwan, for a number of reasons. One of those reasons is that if you were to give yourself to reading the Quran, not talking about memorizing the Quran, to reading the Quran and acquainting yourself with the Quran, to continue to read the Quran over and over and over and over, these types of questions are going to become clear to you, the answer, because the Quran is interconnected. What you find in Surah al-Baqarah is going to be further explained in detail in Surah Ali Imran, and what you find in those two surahs is going to be explained even in further detail in Surah Maryam and in Surah Al-Ma'idah, and so forth and so on. The wars of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam likewise, and what happened in his life. So therefore, what we wanted to do was to challenge you brothers to see how it is important for everyone, first of all, to realize, as I told you, many of you know a lot of the answers to what's going on. Yesterday, that tafsir of the ayat that we dealt with, Sulaiman having relationships with 90 women, everyone knows that hadith. But maybe not everyone knows how to connect that hadith to that ayat. But with the training and the reading and the exposure that you get from reading a lot, all of those things come together. Now, if the person leaves himself to be a person who's never ever going to read, he's never ever going to continue to expose himself, then his knowledge is going to be like Swiss cheese. It's all over the place. I heard that, and I heard this, and I heard that, but I don't know how to put it together. I don't know how to, I have a lot of holes in my information. So I want to take this small and quick opportunity to encourage you brothers, again, to develop for yourself a minhaj as it relates to getting knowledge about this religion. And part of the minhaj is to take the Quran and to acquaint yourself with the Quran with a general qira'ah. I'm just going to read the Quran so many pages every single day, and I'm going to keep reading the Quran. Before you know it, akhi, you read the Quran 3 and 4 times within a year, insha'Allah. Increase that another time on. By 3 and 4 years, man, you'll be almost a master at what took place in the Quran. You can have the Quran, as I remember a sheikh, I never even found out his name, in Mecca. He used to teach, and he wasn't a big sheikh, but he didn't memorize the Quran, but he knew. Anytime they asked him for a fatwa, he had the Quran. Anytime they asked him about something, he'll say haram, halal. You'll see him right there, flick through the pages, boom, and he'll read it, and the dalil is this and that and that. Whatever the issue was, he knew where it was at. And that's how a person can become. I saw a scholar like that. He didn't memorize everything, but you ask him something about the book of Allah, he'll flip the pages, he'll come to that page, and he knew it was in Surah al-Ahzab. Be with us. And it's possible. So that's my encouragement for you today. Again, it's not something designed to blow your socks off, to make your kufi spin around on your head, but it is practical. Now the question is, who can put that into application? That easy thing. I'm going to start reading the أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم ونسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى الثبات والتوفيق والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله.